Welcome back to our channel History Coins HD. As you that old is gold, but these rare Lincoln penny coins that are most valuable than you think, don't spend one of them. You're lucky if you have one of these, so please watch complete video and find your treasure. Let's start this. Top 1, where we dive into the world of rare and valuable coins. Today, we're going to take a closer look at one particular coin that might just be hiding in your collection, the 1993 Lincoln Penny. This seemingly ordinary 1-cent coin could be worth far more than you think, and we're going to uncover exactly why. So, stay with us until the end, where we'll reveal just how much this rare penny could be worth today. Let's start by setting the scene. Most of us are familiar with the classic Lincoln penny, a staple of American currency that's been in circulation since 1909. Over the years, this simple 1-cent coin has become a symbol of U.S. history, bearing the image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. But not every Lincoln penny is created equal. While the majority of them are still worth just 1 cent, there are certain years and mints where these coins become a whole lot more valuable, especially the 1993 Lincoln penny. And now, you might be wondering, what makes this particular penny so special? After all, the 1993 penny wasn't the year of any major historical event, and it doesn't carry any flashy design changes. So why is this 1-cent coin so valuable to collectors? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and the condition in which it was minted. The 1993 Lincoln penny is part of a larger group of coins that were produced by the U.S. Mint during a time when high-quality, uncirculated coins were relatively rarer. First, let's talk about the mint mark. The D on the 1993 penny stands for the Denver Mint, which is one of the U.S. Mint's main facilities responsible for producing coins. But, here's the thing, not all pennies minted at the Denver facility in 1993 were in pristine condition. Most of them were distributed into circulation, used in daily transactions, and inevitably suffered from the wear and tear of being in wallets, pocket change, and vending machines. However, a few of these pennies were set aside in mint-quality condition, and it's these perfectly preserved coins that have caught the eye of collectors. The 1993 Lincoln penny stands out because it is a relatively rare coin in uncirculated condition. You see, most coins from this era are found in varying degrees of damage, from scratches to discoloration, because they were used regularly. The true gems are the ones that stayed in excellent condition, untouched by the typical wear and tear of daily life. It's these well-preserved coins that collectors are after, and when they find one, they're willing to pay top dollar for it. Another reason the 1993 Lincoln penny is so valuable is due to the condition of the coin. In numismatics, the term grade is used to describe the condition of a coin, and the higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A coin in mint condition is considered to be a proof coin or a coin with a grade of MS65 or higher. The higher the grade, the more flawless the coin looks. That means no scratches, no discoloration, and no wear on the design. If you have a 1993 penny in near-perfect condition, you've got a very special coin on your hands. But it's not just any 1993 penny that will command a hefty price. Collectors are particularly interested in coins with errors or varieties. These are coins that have defects or unusual features that make them stand out from regular issues. For example, some 1993 pennies have minting errors, such as double die imprints, which occur when the coin is struck twice in the same spot. These errors make the coin unique, and collectors often pay much more for them because of their rarity. The 1993 Lincoln penny is not just a part of history, it represents a time when the U.S. Mint was striving to produce high-quality coins. These coins were made with attention to detail, but as time passed, many were subjected to the daily grind of circulation. As a result, coins in excellent condition are hard to find, and when they do turn up, they attract collectors who are eager to add them to their collections. And now, let's talk about the big reveal, the value of the 1993 Lincoln penny. As we've mentioned, finding one of these pennies in mint condition or with a unique error can greatly increase its value. But just how much could you expect to sell one for? If you happen to have a 1993 penny in uncirculated condition, or perhaps a rare error coin, you could be looking at an incredible amount of money. Believe it or not, a single 1993 Lincoln penny can be worth as much as $45,000. That's right, $45,000 for a penny. This price reflects the demand for these rare and well-preserved coins among collectors, and how much they are willing to pay to own a piece of U.S. currency history. You may be wondering where to find one of these valuable coins, or how to check if your own 1993 penny is worth a small fortune. The best place to start is by closely examining your penny. Look for signs of wear, damage, or any unique features like a minting error. If you think you've got a rare coin, you might want to have it professionally graded by a reputable numismatist or coin grading service. They can help you determine its grade and confirm whether it's worth more than the face value of 1 cent. It's important to note that not every 1993 penny will be worth thousands of dollars. Coins in circulated condition or those with heavy wear won't command such high prices. But if you've got a pristine penny or one with an error, you might just have a valuable collector's item on your hands. So, if you happen to come across a 1993 Lincoln penny in your collection or in your change jar, take a moment to examine it closely. You could be holding a piece of American history that's worth a lot more than you think. Remember, the value of a coin is determined by its rarity, condition, and the demand from collectors, and the 1993 penny checks all the boxes. That's it for today's video, coin collectors. If you found this information helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content on rare and valuable coins. And remember, always keep an eye on your change, you never know when you might find the next hidden treasure. Top 2. We've got something truly exciting to talk about, an overlooked gem from the past that might be hiding in your collection right now, the 1990 Lincoln Penny. This humble 1-cent coin, often passed over in daily transactions, could actually be worth a fortune if you know what to look for. Stick around as we unravel the mystery behind this coin and uncover exactly why it could be worth more than just a penny. To start, let's rewind to 1990. It was a significant year in the United States for several reasons, but when it comes to coins, the 1990 Lincoln penny was minted at a time when the U.S. Mint was still producing large quantities of pennies to meet the public demand. The D Mint mark on this coin means it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the primary U.S. Mint facilities responsible for coin production. So, on the surface, it might just seem like another typical penny. But here's the catch, not all pennies from this year are created equal. And now, we know most of you are probably thinking, a penny is worth a penny, right? Well, yes, most of the time. But there are certain years, mint marks, and conditions where these little coins become valuable collectibles. And the 1990 Lincoln penny is one of those coins. While it's true that many of the pennies from 1990 were used in everyday transactions and have been subject to wear and tear over the years, there's a small percentage of these coins that remain in near-perfect or uncirculated condition. And when that happens, things get really interesting. So, what makes this 1990 penny so valuable? It all comes down to rarity and condition. You see, the vast majority of the 1990 pennies that were minted are now showing their age, with scratches, discoloration, and other signs of circulation. But the real value lies in those that were kept in pristine condition, free from the usual damage. These coins are considered uncirculated, meaning they never made it into circulation or were only briefly exposed to it. They are as close to perfect as you can get, and it's this perfection that makes them so highly sought after by collectors. It's not just about condition, though. There's also the matter of the coin's rarity. While the 1990 Lincoln penny wasn't minted in exceptionally low numbers, it was produced during a time when fewer coins were being kept in mint condition. Over the years, many of these coins have either been lost, damaged, or simply worn down through regular use. As a result, the supply of high-quality, uncirculated 1990 pennies is much smaller than you might expect it now. Let's talk about the design. The 1990 Lincoln penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. It's a design that has become synonymous with U.S. currency, representing one of America's greatest presidents. On the reverse, you'll see the familiar Lincoln Memorial, which was designed by Frank Gasparo and used on the reverse of the penny from 1959 until 2008. The design itself is timeless, but it's the condition of the coin that makes it so special for coin collectors. It's not just about having a coin from a certain year, it's about having a coin that stands out. And if you happen to have a 1990 Lincoln penny in near-perfect, uncirculated condition, or perhaps even one with a rare minting error, you've got something truly remarkable on your hands. In fact, error coins are among the most prized possessions for collectors because they're so unique. These errors can range from double strikes to misaligned dies, and each one adds to the rarity and value of the coin. So, you may be wondering, what kind of value are we talking about here? Well, brace yourselves. If you happen to have a 1990 Lincoln penny that has been kept in pristine condition, or even better, if it features a minting error, you could be looking at a serious payday. In fact, a coin like this can be worth as much as $50,000. Yes, you heard that right, $50,000 for a single penny. It might seem hard to believe, but when you take into account the rarity, demand, and collector interest in this coin, that's exactly what a well-preserved 1990D penny could fetch on the market. Now, I know what you're probably thinking: how can I tell if my 1990D penny is worth that much? The first step is to carefully examine the coin. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. A penny that's been heavily circulated over the years is not going to have that kind of value. What you're looking for is a coin that's almost flawless, with sharp, clean details and no visible signs of damage. If you find a 1990D penny that meets this description, you might want to get it professionally graded by a reputable coin grading service. Coin grading is a process where experts assess the condition of a coin and assign it a grade, usually on a scale from 1 to 70. Coins with higher grades are worth more, and a well-preserved 1990D penny could easily earn a grade of MS65 or higher, making it a true collector's item. Coins with special characteristics, like minting errors or unique varieties, can also fetch even higher prices, depending on their rarity and the collector market at the time. If you find that your 1990D penny is indeed worth a small fortune, you might want to consider having it auctioned or sold through a specialized coin dealer who deals in rare and high-value coins. These dealers have access to a network of collectors who are always on the lookout for rare specimens, and they can help you get the best price for your coin. At the end of the day, finding a rare coin like the 1990D Lincoln Penny is a treasure hunt that pays off in a big way. You never know when you might stumble across a penny that's worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. So, take a moment to go through your coin collection or check your spare change jar. You could be holding onto a piece of American history that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for tuning in today, and I hope this video inspired you to keep hunting for those hidden treasures. If you enjoyed learning about the 1990D Lincoln Penny and want to discover more rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on the next coin discovery. Top 3. We have something incredibly exciting to talk about. A coin that might just be hiding in your collection right now, and you might have never even thought twice about it. If you've got a 1978 Lincoln Penny sitting around, this video is for you. While most of us think of the Lincoln Penny as just another 1-cent coin, the 1978 version could be much more valuable than you might ever expect. In fact, if you've got the right one, you could be holding onto something worth an eye-popping amount of money. Stick with us as we unravel the story behind the 1978 Lincoln Penny and reveal just how much it could be worth today. To understand why the 1978 Lincoln Penny is such a treasure, we first need to go back in time to the year 1978. It was a pivotal time in the United States, politically and economically. The country was recovering from the oil crisis and heading into a period of economic change. During this time, the U.S. Mint was hard at work producing coins for the public, including the iconic Lincoln Penny. For years, the penny had been a symbol of American history, featuring the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But what makes the 1978 Lincoln Penny stand out from the rest of the crowd? Well, the answer lies in its rarity and the condition in which it was minted. While most of the 1978 pennies went through the regular process of circulation, becoming worn and damaged with age, some were kept in pristine, uncirculated condition. These untouched coins are the ones that have captured the attention of coin collectors and have become incredibly valuable over time. When you think about it, the 1978 Lincoln Penny wasn't exactly a rare coin when it was minted. In fact, millions of these pennies were struck and circulated into the public. But over the years, many of them were lost, damaged, or simply worn down by use. However, a small number of these coins escaped circulation in pristine condition and have remained in near-perfect state. And that's where the value lies. And now, let's talk about the grade and condition of the 1978 Lincoln Penny. When it comes to coins, collectors and dealers place a great deal of emphasis on the condition of a coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. A coin in uncirculated or near mint condition is a true gem. A coin that is graded as MS65 or higher is considered to be in excellent shape, with sharp details and no visible signs of wear or damage. If you happen to find a 1978 Lincoln Penny that has been kept in pristine condition, you could be holding onto something truly special. But it's not just about the condition of the coin, it's also about its rarity. While the 1978 Lincoln penny was minted in large quantities, very few of them survived in perfect condition. The majority of these coins were heavily circulated, and the wear and tear from everyday transactions have significantly diminished their value. That's why uncirculated coins, or coins that were stored carefully away from the elements, are so rare and valuable, and it's not just the perfect coins that could be worth a lot of money. Sometimes, coins with errors are highly sought after by collectors. These error coins can range from simple misprints to more complex mistakes that make them unique. A 1978 Lincoln penny with a rare minting error, such as a double die or a misaligned strike, can increase the coin's value exponentially. Collectors are always on the lookout for these rare variations, and they are willing to pay a premium for a coin that stands out from the rest. Now, let's get to the exciting part, the value of the 1978 Lincoln penny. You may be wondering how much the seemingly ordinary coin could be worth. Well, if you happen to have a 1978 penny in uncirculated condition or one with a minting error, you could be sitting on a small fortune. Believe it or not, a single 1978 Lincoln penny can be worth as much as $58,000. Yes, you heard that right, $58,000 for a penny. That's a significant amount of money for such a small coin, and it just goes to show how valuable rare and well-preserved coins can be. And now, you might be asking, how do I know if my 1978 penny is worth that much? Well, the first thing you need to do is carefully inspect the coin. Look for any signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If your penny looks worn out or has visible damage, it likely won't be worth much more than its face value. However, if the coin is in pristine condition, with sharp details and no noticeable damage, you might just have a valuable find on your hands. If you think your coin might be worth something, consider getting it graded by a professional coin grading service. These experts can assess the coin's condition and give you a precise idea of its value. Coin grading is a process that evaluates the quality and condition of a coin. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin is. If your 1978 Lincoln penny gets a high grade, it could be worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. But it's not just about condition. If your coin has a rare error, such as a double die or off-center strike, its value could skyrocket. Error coins are some of the most prized in the world of coin collecting, and the rarer the error, the more money you can expect to make. So, what can you do with your 1978 Lincoln penny if it's worth a small fortune? Well, there are a few options. You can choose to keep it as part of your collection, knowing that you have a rare and valuable piece of American history. Alternatively, you can sell it through a reputable coin dealer or auction house, where collectors will be eager to get their hands on such a rare specimen. You might even consider getting it appraised by an expert before making any decisions. As you can see, the 1978 Lincoln penny is far more than just a simple 1-cent coin. It's a rare and valuable piece of U.S. currency that has stood the test of time. If you've got one in pristine condition or with a minting error, you could be holding on to a treasure worth thousands, if not tens of thousands, of dollars. So, take a moment to dig through your coin collection, check your spare change, and who knows? You could be the next lucky coin collector to discover a hidden gem. Thanks for joining us today. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more exciting coin discoveries. Top 4. We've got a truly special coin to talk about, the 1974 Lincoln penny. If you're like most people, you probably think of pennies as just small change that gets tossed in a jar or forgotten in the couch cushions. But what if I told you that one seemingly ordinary penny could be worth tens of thousands of dollars? Well, that's exactly what we're going to explore in this video, so stay tuned to the end to discover the full value of this rare coin. Let's start with a bit of history. The 1974 Lincoln penny was minted in the United States at the Denver Mint, which is denoted by the D mint mark. At first glance, it looks like a typical penny featuring the well-known portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, designed by Frank Gasparo. These designs have been in circulation for years and are iconic symbols of U.S. currency. Now, you might be wondering, why is a 1974 penny so special? After all, 1974 wasn't exactly a rare year for the U.S. Mint, and millions of these coins were produced. Well, the key to its value lies in something a bit more elusive: rarity, condition, and sometimes even a minting error. You see, the vast majority of the 1974 pennies that were struck have been heavily circulated over the years. They've been used in everyday transactions, leading to worn-down surfaces, scratches, and general signs of age. However, among the millions minted, some pennies were carefully preserved and remain in mint or near mint condition. And it's these pristine coins that hold immense value. The real excitement begins when we talk about the condition of the coin. When it comes to coin collecting, the value of a coin is heavily influenced by its grade. Coin grading is a process by which the condition of a coin is assessed. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin becomes. An uncirculated 1974 Lincoln Penny, meaning a coin that has never been in circulation or one that has been protected from wear and tear, is a rare find. Most coins from this era have suffered the wear of time and use, so if you happen to come across one that still has its sharp details and crisp features, you're in luck. Now, let's talk about why the 1974 Lincoln Penny stands out even more. While many collectors focus on coins with notable errors such as misprints, double strikes, or misaligned dies, the 1974 penny is no exception. Certain minting errors have been discovered in some of these coins, and these mistakes make them even more valuable. Error coins are a holy grail for many collectors because they're unique, one-of-a-kind pieces. If you happen to have a 1974 Lincoln Penny with an error, it could be worth significantly more than a standard coin in good condition. These coins stand out in the market, and collectors will pay top dollar for them, but what makes the 1974 even more exciting is the ongoing interest in coins from this period. During the early 1970s, the U.S. Mint was making a concerted effort to improve coin production and create more durable coins. This means that coins from this time period can sometimes show interesting variations in strike, design, or even the way the coins were made, adding an extra layer of intrigue for collectors. Any rare feature or unique characteristic found in the 1974 Lincoln Penny can make it highly desirable. So, what can a 1974 Lincoln Penny be worth? If you've been lucky enough to hold on to a well-preserved penny or find one in excellent condition, then get ready for an impressive price. This unassuming coin could be worth as much as $65,000. Yes, you heard that right, $65,000 for a single penny. That's an extraordinary amount for such a small piece of currency, but it just goes to show the incredible value that can be found in rare and well-preserved coins. Now, you may be wondering, how do you know if your 1974 penny is worth that much? First, let's talk about the condition of your coin. A penny that's been circulated, meaning it has noticeable scratches, discoloration, or worn edges, is probably not going to fetch much more than its face value. However, if you happen to find a 1974 penny that has been carefully stored or kept in pristine condition, you may have something truly valuable on your hands. The key is to look for coins that have sharp, crisp details and no visible signs of damage. These coins are usually referred to as uncirculated or mint-state coins. The next step is to get the coin professionally graded. Coin grading is a critical part of the process, and it's the best way to determine the exact value of your penny. A coin that's graded high, say MS65 or higher, will have a much higher value than one that has lower grades. There are several reputable coin grading services out there, and once your coin is graded, you'll know its true value. If it's in excellent condition, or if it has a rare minting error, you may want to consider selling it through a professional auction house or coin dealer who specializes in rare coins. Now, don't forget about the possibility of minting errors. These are the hidden treasures that collectors dream of finding. A small mistake during the minting process can make a coin incredibly valuable. Some 1974 Lincoln pennies have been found with errors, such as double strikes or off-center punches, making them even more desirable to collectors. These errors are rare, so if you think your coin might have one, it could be worth a lot more than a standard penny. So, what's the bottom line? If you have a 1974 Lincoln Penny in excellent condition, or even better, one with a rare error, you could be holding onto a true gem worth $65,000. That's right, an incredible value for a coin that you might find in the bottom of your pocket or sitting in a drawer at home. Before you run off to check your coin collection, remember to handle your coins carefully. Even the smallest scratch or dent can drastically reduce a coin's value. If you believe you found something special, don't hesitate to have it professionally graded by experts. And remember, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises. Who knows what other rare treasures might be hiding in your collection? If you enjoyed learning about the 1974 Lincoln Penny and want to discover more rare coins and their amazing values, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss another exciting discovery in the world of coin collecting. Top 5. We're talking about a coin that many might overlook, but it's one that could be worth a small fortune if you happen to have the right one, a 1970 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. The 1970 penny, a coin most people just toss into their change jars, could actually be worth tens of thousands of dollars, and in this video, we're going to explain exactly why this coin has become a rare and highly sought-after collector's item. Stick with us until the end, because we're going to reveal exactly how much this coin could be worth in today's market. Before we get into the details of its value, let's take a trip back to 1970. It was a year marked by political and social change in the United States. The country was in the midst of the Vietnam War, the civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the U.S. economy was navigating a period of inflation. It was also a time when the U.S. Mint was working hard to produce coins for a growing nation, including the Lincoln penny. The design of the penny, featuring Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, had been in circulation since 1959 and was, at the time, still a familiar sight in the hands of Americans. But what makes the 1970 Lincoln penny stand out? Like most pennies, it was produced in large quantities, and there were millions of them struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. So, you might be asking, what makes this particular penny so valuable? The key lies in its rarity, its condition, and some unique features that make it stand out among the millions of other pennies produced that year. Now, let's talk about the rarity of the 1970 penny. In terms of sheer numbers, the 1970 Lincoln penny wasn't particularly rare when it was first minted. In fact, there were millions of these pennies produced, so you might think that they would be easy to find today. However, here's the catch: most of the pennies that were produced in 1970 were heavily circulated over the years. They've been in people's pockets, tossed in jars, and used for everyday transactions. Over time, these pennies have worn down, become scratched, and lost their original luster. But what if you could find a 1970 Lincoln penny in mint or near mint condition? That's where the value starts to rise. Coins that have been kept in excellent condition, with sharp details and no visible signs of wear or damage, are considered highly desirable by collectors. If you have a 1970 penny that looks like it just came from the mint, you might be holding onto a real treasure. So, what exactly makes a 1970 Lincoln penny so valuable? One of the main reasons is the rarity of uncirculated examples. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies in 1970, only a small fraction of them survived in pristine condition. Most of the coins that circulated over the years have been subject to wear and tear, which significantly decreases their value. If you happen to have a 1970 penny that looks as good as the day it was minted, you could be sitting on something valuable. But it's not just about the condition. Some 1970 pennies have unique characteristics that make them even more special. For instance, there are 1970 pennies that were struck with minting errors, such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or off-center strikes. These types of errors are highly sought after by collectors, and they can make a coin exponentially more valuable. A 1970 penny with a minting error is considered a key coin by many collectors, and it can command a much higher price than a regular coin in good condition. The rarity of these mint errors makes the 1970 Lincoln penny even more exciting for collectors. Mistakes made during the minting process are not uncommon, but they are often rare and hard to find. If you happen to have a 1970 penny with a minting error, it could significantly increase its value. For example, a penny with a double die error where the design is printed twice could be worth far more than an ordinary penny. Now, let's get to the part you've been waiting for. How much is a 1970 Lincoln penny actually worth? If you happen to have a 1970 penny in mint or near mint condition, or if it has a rare minting error, you could be holding on to a small fortune. In some cases, a single 1970 Lincoln penny can be worth as much as $68,000. That's right, $68,000 for a single penny. It may sound unbelievable, but it's true. The rarity of these coins in top condition, combined with their historical significance and potential minting errors, has made them extremely valuable in today's market. Now, you might be wondering how to tell if your 1970 penny is worth this much. The first thing you should do is carefully inspect your coin. Look for signs of wear, scratches, or discoloration. If your penny is heavily worn, it may not be worth much more than its face value. However, if your penny is in pristine, uncirculated condition, it's a good sign that it could be worth more. Coins that are in mint condition, those with sharp, clear details and no visible damage, are what collectors are after. If you think you might have a rare 1970 Lincoln Penny on your hands, consider getting it professionally graded. A reputable coin grading service can assess the condition of the coin and give you a more accurate idea of its value. A coin that is graded as MS65 or higher is considered to be in excellent condition and could be worth significantly more than a lower grade coin. Professional grading also ensures that your coin's authenticity is verified, which is important when selling or buying rare coins. In addition to condition, it's also worth considering whether your coin has any minting errors. As we mentioned earlier, coins with minting errors, such as double strikes or off-center strikes, are highly valuable. If you spot a rare error on your 1970 penny, don't hesitate to have it professionally appraised. Error coins are often the most sought after by collectors, and they can dramatically increase the coin's value. So, what's the final verdict? If you've got a 1970 Lincoln Penny in great condition, or even better, one with a rare minting error, you could be holding on to something worth an impressive $68,000. That's right, an incredible amount of money for a single penny. So, take a moment to look through your coin collection or sift through your spare change. You might just have a hidden gem on your hands. Before we wrap up, remember to treat your coins with care. The condition of your coin plays a huge role in its value, so make sure to store your valuable coins in a safe place, away from wear and damage. If you're not sure about the value of your coin, getting it professionally graded is always a good idea. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss out on new coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting! You never know what rare treasures might be hiding in your collection.